Hello, Metal Matt here, and I'm a big Judas Priest fan. I have been for years, and I've met the band and the works. I've been a real die-hard fan for a long time. I'm just going to review a song, react to a song, Trial by Fire. Trial by Fire! It's a new one. I'm more into the kind of days when KK was in the band. I think his sound was kind of really a massive part of Judas Priest, and I feel the sound has kind of changed since he's left with Redeemer of Souls and Firepower. Slightly different sound, the guitar sound completely different to me. It's good sound, but it's not the Priest sound I remember. But I'm here to have a listen to this song, see what I think. I'm loving what KK's been doing with his KK's Priest. I think that's very true to the Judas Priest sound, and they got a great sound overall, and very kind of Painkiller kind of era, very hard, very what people like to hear with Judas Priest. I feel he's kind of continuing to do that sound. I haven't listened to a lot of the later Judas Priest, as I say. I'm not as into it as I was the kind of Angel of Retribution and Nostradamus, and up to that period, was where I was really thought they were doing great things. But I'm going to see what I think of this one. Rob's always got an amazing voice, so it's always good to hear what he's doing with every song. So I love to hear his voice. So let's give this one a go and hear what he's doing with his voice on this, and if he's still able to sing as well as he was, all those years back. Let's have a look. Kind of fading in at the moment. I'm here in Mexico, by the way. That's why the iguanas joined me today. Sounds like a very Richie Faulkner kind of beginning there, I think. They've got some nice backing vocal harmonies there. Very good riff. I can hear the Richie influence there. I think he's a fantastic guitarist, very, very good. But I feel the sound did change when he joined the band. It's not kind of, so far I'm not feeling this is Judas Priest that I know, but what I love with Rob, he's always very precise. Where I made my mind, very precise the way he pronounces things, and he's always comes in with that powerful kind of low, especially on the later stuff now. He kind of uses that lower range a lot more, and it's a cool range. It's a good thing with Rob. He's always been able to adapt his voice over the years with age and different things, and still make things sound cool, no matter if his voice changed a little or not. And yeah, he's using that kind of aggressive, precise, short bursts. And then you got a bit of clean, branded a liar, and he kind of bellows out his nice clean voice, which is nice because Rob's clean vocal is always very impressive, as well as the highs and all that kind of thing, and the gruff. Trial by fire. Yeah, good riff. I find the lyrics have got a bit less creative as the years went on there. It almost feels like they're kind of phoning it in, kind of using lyrics which, are kind of obvious metal things. Fire! And, anything that's kind of a bit kind of cliche metal lyrics. I like that years ago it was quite unique, the lyrics. Free will burning, love bites, screaming for vengeance, kind of singing kind of in a way with the lyrics were completely kind of unique, and I feel maybe they've went in a way which is a bit more trying to please the masses with the kind of lyrical content, singing about wars or singing about like ancient things, trying to think of examples, but there's always kind of the Halls of Valhalla, or those, the March of the Damned, singing about zombies, kind of like any kind of cliche things, which you could think, oh, that's pretty metal, rather than kind of singing about real experiences or kind of something completely unique. It's kind of, they kind of please the masses a bit more, but then if the masses like it, that's... Trial by Fire. I wonder if this one's referencing the trials years ago. Sounds like it could possibly be referencing the Better By You, Better Than Me Judas Priest trial, where they were accused of subliminal messages. So if it is, that's quite interesting actually. It may not be as cliche, lyrical as I thought. Vocally, it's quite consistent, gruff, low vocal. He's known for that gritty high, which I love. That's what I've always loved with Rob, how he can do that kind of gritty vocal. Nice solo there. Could be Glenn, that one. Obviously Glenn doesn't play live with the band as much now, but I think he still does some of the studio stuff. Although I feel Richie's influence has definitely kind of made them what they are now, and it's a cool sound, but it's not quite unique to the Judas Priest I know, you know. I feel the guitar sound very much Richie influence these days. I like how he switched there, he kind of went, trial by fire! And he kept it going, which is cool. I like when Rob really can hold those notes, and it's a cool effect he has with the gritty voice, a bit like his Holford days when he did the live Insurrection and that very forced kind of falsetto, reinforced falsettos, which are very harsh. I like that kind of grit, you know, that's kind of what makes Rob synonymous with this kind of music, you know. He's got that unique voice which not many can kind of achieve, you know. He's unique to him, which is very cool. So yeah, overall, catchy kind of song. The lyrics, at first I thought maybe a bit cliche, but then the trial by fire, it could be something about being falsely accused and things. It could be about the subliminal message days, which obviously Priest are very known for that big trial, which they proved was bollocks, and they proved that they shouldn't have been taken to court, and there was no subliminal messages as they should have. They shouldn't have even went to court, really. It was a crazy thing, but you know, that's something maybe they were singing about that a little bit there, maybe. So yeah, it wasn't bad. I think Rob's voice was strong. He's still singing strong. Overall, like I say, it's still not really the Priest I remember. I didn't grow up listening to that sound of Judas Priest. It's a new sound. It's you know, it's good for what they're doing. They're trying to keep relevant, I guess, with the sound of the guitars and stuff. But I think comparing that to what KK's Priest are doing, I think KK's Priest are more instantly. I'm like, yeah, that's the Judas Priest I know. Crazy solos, you know, screaming vocals, and quite straightforward heavy metal, kind of what you want to hear. You want to hear a straightforward heavy metal song. I think this kind of, you can hear the age with this kind of sound, the Judas Priest now. I think you can hear the age. There's a bit of more age in the music, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But it doesn't sound as kind of young, whereas KK's Priest sounds pretty young and kind of more how I remember Judas Priest, how it should be if I was to say, oh, a Judas Priest album should be going this direction. I think what KK's doing, he's hitting the nail on the head. So it's kind of it's a funny one. It's it's interesting. But I think there's more age in the sound of Judas Priest now, but they are getting older, so it's not a bad thing. But I mean, compared to KK, who's keeping it kind of quite vibrant and quite young overall, the sound, with the Sermon of the Sinners album and all that stuff, very cool stuff, and lyrically as well, very Judas Priest. Yeah, I think lyrically is another key thing. I feel elements of this song are quite unique lyrically, but a lot of it kind of, and the pace of it is quite like you could sing anything to it kind of thing. Do 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 do. You could sing anything. The swords of the day, the Romans came and took us away. It's kind of any kind of words that sound a bit kind of old school. Kind of. I know it's the Priests now. They're a bit more. They talk about kind of events. Past events that have happened, and kind of ancient things. My mind's a blank today. I can't think of the exact references I'm looking for, but you probably know what I mean. They kind of sing about more not real life things, kind of things which aren't real life, more referencing. I can't even think of the examples. This is not good. I should edit this out, but I won't. But like there's more of a reference to kind of things like TV shows, The Walking Dead with March of the Damned and things that they've took influence from, in these sort of recent albums. Redeemer of Souls, Firepower, is a bit not as imaginative, I guess, as it used to be. With the Sad Wings of Destiny, what a unique album that was. That's really early, of course, their second album. But just comparing that to this, lyrically, Dreamer Deceiver, beautiful songs like that. It's nice to have a bit of more depth, I guess, in the music. And I think over the years, you had Screaming for Vengeance, Defenders of the Faith, Painkiller. It was all very unique and very like, wow, no one's doing that. Whereas I don't listen to this and think, oh, no one's doing that. I feel like it's the sound overall, and the guitar sound is a bit more kind of been done before. Kind of overall, kind of the sound isn't as unique as it once was, I guess, but it's cool. In a bad song, Rob's voice sounds great. I'm always impressed by Rob's voice. It's always cool to hear what he does with his voice, and that he can still scream and all that at his age is great. He's trial by fire. He's still using all that kind of gritty high, and his he's doing a lot more growling these days, and trial by fire, and kind of using his lows to his full advantage, which is cool. So yeah, overall, not a bad song. I think it's musically nothing was majorly wow. I wasn't wowed by anything musically, but it's a cool sound. Like I said, I mean, Richie's done an amazing job to keep the band going. He's obviously added a lot of melodies and nice sort of guitar sounds, but it's more to his style, I think, than the Judas Priest style, which is fine because that's his independent sound. And it's I think if Judas Priest were still as imaginative as they once were, they could probably still create the sounds that were synonymous with Priest and keep that sound going. But I guess they've kind of chosen to go in a more modern way, and Richie is good for that. He's got a unique sort of sound, and kind of guitarists like Zach Wild spring to mind. Kind of is a different sound completely to what we kind of know with Judas Priest. But I mean, people have got used to it. He's been in the band for 10 years or something now. So I guess for the fans who are getting into Priest now and they like this sound. It's great. It's a new era, so there's different ways to look at it. But as an old school kind of fan, I'd like to hear it sounding how Angel of Retribution sounded, you know. Gotta deal with the devil! And all that kind of stuff. Very, that was Judas Priest, you know, even though Rob's voice sounded a bit different from the 80s or whatever, it was still Judas Priest, and the guitars and the whammy and all that stuff. I think it needs a bit more KK in there, so it's a shame that they didn't have him back when the opportunity arrives, but you know, he's doing great stuff, so it's cool to have two priests going at it, you know, and we got lots of new music coming from both of them, so that's always cool. But yeah, I think overall I'll probably be blasting the KK's Priest a bit more than this, but it's cool, and I think it's good good that they're still creating music. I mean, that's the best thing. We got true heavy metal still being made, you know. There's not many bands which are continuing to make the classic heavy metal, so you know, it's great that we got two bands doing that. And yeah, I'm always happy to hear what they're doing, and I think I'm just waiting, I think, for Judas Priest to do something completely original again. I mean, Nostradamus was completely unique, and although a lot of fans didn't like that album, it was such a Priest thing to do something completely out there, and they didn't care how it would be received. It's like, we know this is good, you know, and unique, and it was a fantastic album, but completely different to the last album. And through the years, Priest have always, every album's different. You got Scream of a Vengeance, Turbo Lover, Defenders of the Faith, Painkiller. It's completely different, but still metal, you know. And I think with Nostradamus, they showed that they're still creative, whereas now, I don't know, it's a bit more. I don't feel there's much of a difference between Redeemer of Souls, Firepower, and this album, which I don't even know the name of, but I've heard a couple of songs. It's you know, it's kind of a similar contained sound overall. So yeah, I'm waiting for them to do something a bit more unique again and kind of completely different. I think the sound on Firepower was different to Redeemer of Souls, but lyrically and everything, I don't feel it was a major jump. So I guess I'm waiting for them to jump again like they always have and do something completely different. But yeah, not a bad song. Rob's voice very good, impressed me the most, I think, out of the whole thing. The guitar's a cool sound. Richie plays great. It's just not the sound I associate with Priest so much, but it's still cool. So there we go. Adios, guys, from Mexico. I'll probably review that other Priest song, Panic Attack. See what I think of that one. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Sorry for my mind blanks. I've only just woke up about half an hour ago, so I'm not I'm not quite with it today. But if you're a Priest fan, you kind of know what I was trying to say. You can read my mind. And yeah, adios. Please subscribe. Hit the notifications button, because you won't see any of my videos otherwise. That's how YouTube have made it now. You can't just subscribe to someone, you need to click the notifications, but you won't see anything. So you got to do both, unfortunately, guys. It's ridiculous, but it is what it is. Adios, guys. Keep rocking. Ow!